Heard about recycling, right? How about upcycling? Upcycling means taking something old and putting a new spin on it, taking it up a notch. With me now to explain this further is Alysia Southern. Did you say Southern or Southern?
Southern.
It is Southern. Okay,
Southern.
from Barrage Design to show us just how she does it. Give us a fuller definition, Alysia, of upcycling.
Good morning, everyone. So upcycling is the newest eco trend, and it's defined as not really taking old things and making new junk with them, kind of, but making things more purposeful and more beautiful than they originally were to begin with.
And it's important to mention that your whole philosophy in doing this has not been just for decorating purposes, but for ecological purposes as well. Explain that.
Absolutely. I think that in a society where overconsumption has become a problem that we're dealing with, it's about kind of reallocating the resources that are already out there instead of just consuming and consuming. So I think that we have enough furniture and we have enough beautiful things, and we're just gonna mix them up.
Walmart is not one of your sponsors.
No, they are not one of my
Kind of
sponsors.
the anti-Walmart is what we've got here.
A little bit.
Well, we want to show people that you're very specific in your ideas here. This is more than just a concept. So let's talk about the certain things that you feel can be changed in your house using your philosophy. Let's start in the bedroom.
All right, sounds like a plan.
What do you got? Let's put. Do we have a shot here? Yes, you are.
Oh, there we go.
So what in the world is that?
So that is actually just an old tissue box, and you can make them new again by decorating with ribbons or anything like that. That is broken mirror that I actually mosaiced into a table.
Wait, are you serious?
So you break enough mirrors and and then that was just a plain old futon, and I did the matching tables, which I got from the Salvi with silks, and that was a dresser that was dead. And he got upholstered with fabric that was upcycled.
And
the sticks I painted.
Literally, that's a tissue box. So when you talk about, reusing old stuff, you're saying nothing's off limits here. It's just no matter how dead it may seem to you.
Absolutely. So I think that the idea, my profits margins lie in light hoarding. So
light hoarding.
In light hoarding, yeah. So there is an art to kind of what to collect and what to leave aside and all that fun stuff.
It's a fine line between light hoarding and completely psychotic on reality television hoarding. So let's make that distinction.
Exactly.
Basements also, you say, can benefit from this.
Yes, absolutely. I did one of the coolest things. This is a upholstered. So this is just a regular old plain basement. I took pallets, so the wood pallets that get left behind when truck drivers bring merchandise to stores, and use them to build just a whole big room of beds.
So cool.
And I work with a lot of local factories, and they give me their discarded fabrics and all that stuff, and I fabricated the entire ceiling with that fabric.
How did you ever begin down this road?
I think, to be honest with you, I moved out at a young age. I didn't have much money, like most people don't.
Right.
So I think that I started doing it out of necessity.
You couldn't buy anything.
Exactly. And then, there was something about it that I really grew to love. And as time went on, certain facets kind of fell into place, and I fell in love with design and theater and all that stuff. So.
And lo and behold, you had a career.
And finally.
Yeah. I'm sure your folks thought the same thing.
Yes, it's been a couple of years.
You mentioned country living as well. And how does this work for so-called country living?
So I like to take, I like the old and the new and the kind of mix of all this weird stuff. So this is my take on country living. That was a church pew they were looking directly at. So I pulled him out, upholstered him. These are just all old frames that were kind of gone, little pumpkins. I use little tequila bottles, old candlesticks I think are great. Book covers, I'll stamp up and use old books like this guy here. The mosaic, again, the broken mirror with the birdhouse there.
These are so many of the products you talk about here are the kinds of things that cost zero, or the kinds of things you can go to tag sales and they're the items marked 25 cents or
Absolutely.
Something like that.
It's kind of,
But it takes imagination, right? You have to be able to look at something old and seemingly not very useful and picture what it's able to, how you could be able to use it.
Absolutely. And I think that part of my job is to help people do that and to kind of guide them through that process. So when I do commercial jobs or residential jobs, people know that they want to upcycle and they want to use the stuff they have, but I don't expect them to know exactly how.
It's just a fantastic concept, Alysia. I'm glad we were able to talk about it here. Do we want to put up some reminders of things that are relevant to this, most of all.
Most of all.
A grand opening or a reopening, if you want, because you were open temporarily.
Right,
It's
yep.
September 5th, this Friday, at 912 Whaley Avenue in New Haven, 5 to 8 p.m. And I would think that this is important for people to come by your retail operation to get a fuller idea of what they're capable of with what they have.
Absolutely. I always welcome people to be as uninvolved or as involved as they want to be in the process.
And this is something you can do that with.
Absolutely. We'll be teaching classes too. So every week we'll kind of do a community class and we'll show people exactly how to make, take an old dress and make it into a frame or so things like that. So I really love community involvement and I think it's an intricate part of the business plan.
Fascinating, Alysia. Thank you so much.